Reply. Okay, semua dah ready. Kita kembali semula ke program pecutan akhir SPM 2021 untuk sesi kedua. Dan untuk saya cuma nak tambahkan sedikit lah. Dan untuk program ni, kita bukan buat untuk subjek English sahaja, kita ada lagi berbeza subjek untuk matematik, untuk sains. Nanti kamu semualah boleh semak semula di dalam Telegram. Mana yang tak masuk lagi tu, saya rasa saya dah blast kot kepada semua peserta, join saja. And then kalau apa-apa berkenaan dengan program ataupun berkenaan dengan tak kisahlah subjek ke speaker ke, boleh refer pada Telegram tu saja dan juga boleh refer pada saya lah. Alright. Dan kita pada hari ini kita akan habis pada pukul 10 malam. Bukan eh? Oh, sorry. Kita hari ni kita akan habis pada pukul 5 petang. Kita akan finish for the program lah. And then kita akan rehat sekejap juga nanti macam pagi tadi dalam 10 minit saja. Dan kita akan sambung sampailah pukul 5 kita akan tamat. Okay, kita boleh sambung semula lah daripada Teacher Alia. Okay, dipersilakan. Tukar je slide.
Okay. Ya tadi yang ini ikut atau yang transfer. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys had a good lunch break. Okay, so we're gonna start. Okay, just now we went through the first essay, which is arguably, hi guys, hi again. So the first essay is arguably the easiest one. Okay, it's the easiest one. It's simple, right? It's because it's meant to be simple. It's meant to be something like an email, a message. So it's supposed to be relaxed. Okay, it's not that difficult, and that's why it's not nerve-wracking. Okay, that's why all of you, when I asked what was the part of paper 2 that scared you guys the most, it was the part 3, question 3. Okay, so wait. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, so let's go part 1, part 2. Okay. So question 2 essay, I will not waste too much time on this. Okay. All I can say is for this type of question, pay attention to what they want specifically. Okay. What you would like to buy, for example, right? What you would like to buy, then you have to say one specific thing. Focus on one thing. Don't go away or don't stray away from the main concept of the question. Okay, because the old method, the old style of SPM format was more specific. Okay, they did not give you much freedom. Okay, so in some ways, the new one, the CFR format, is good because it gives you freedom. You can be more relaxed about writing, but because they are giving you freedom, they are also analyzing you in more ways, meaning that they are analyzing you indirectly. So if they see that you write something that is just even a little bit far from what they ask you, they will assume that you do not know what you're talking about, or they assume that your comprehension level is low, and they will deduct your marks for that. So be careful and read through the question paper a few times before you start writing an essay. Because before this, when I was a student, there were times when I would write an essay and I'm ready at the fourth paragraph, and I realized that the question is actually a bit different than what I understood. because I read too fast and I didn't catch what I was supposed to catch. So do not let that happen to you. Like I said, timing is very important. Okay, it's like top importance in essay writing, especially in exams. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to part 3. Okay, where is it? Part 3. Okay, so part 3, there are different types of questions that you will get. The first one is article. Article is okay, among all for you guys, I'll ask you, do you prefer, like for you guys when you're in school, okay, when you are doing classwork or you have exams and tests, which one do you guys usually pick? Do you pick the article type of question? Do you pick reviews, or do you prefer doing a story? Which one do you guys normally go for? Story, okay. Story. Sorry. Everyone goes for story. Story. Okay, most people do story. Okay, article. Some people do article. Some people. Everyone is doing article or story. Okay. No one does review. Okay. That makes sense. What Carol Ayman said. Okay. The review style is actually what I want to focus on. And it's ironic how none of you said that you guys did review. It's perfect. So I'm going to get you guys to come out of your comfort zone. Okay, so review actually is a new one. During my time, I keep saying during my time, it makes me sound like I'm old. But during my time, we didn't really have a review. We wasn't a question for essay. So this is sort of a new thing, and it's part of the CFR new format. I think they incorporated this. So reviews. I think all of you have read a review before. Okay. It can be done on a lot of things. Yeah, restaurant review, like Yelp reviews, restaurant reviews, reviews on books, on movies, on albums, music on TV series. So I like to do this with my student. I like to do different reviews with them. So for example, if I am doing a movie review, I will ask them, okay, what kind of movie do you like? What was the last movie you watched? And I will give them freedom to write about whatever it is. If it's an English movie, if it's a anime or whatever is that they're interested in, I don't restrict their interest, meaning I'm not going to force anyone to, okay, you can only write a review about English movies. No, you can write a review about a Japanese movie or a Bollywood movie, not anything. It's up to you. My purpose is to get you guys to be comfortable when writing. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to do, review. This is the essay that I want to focus on. So I will pick, let's say we're doing, the first one we'll do is a music review, album review. Okay, so what are some of your favorite artists, bands, or singers, male, female, doesn't matter. Who are the people that you listen to the most? Do tell me. I just need one for an example. Okay, same. Oh, you like 17? Me too. Who's your bias? Who's your bias? Ming Hao. Okay, yes. Mine is S Coops. BTS. Okay, me too. Who are your? Okay, Taehyung. Yes, perfect. Ariana Grande. I like Ariana Grande too. Yes. I just love that you guys are saying BTS. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna use TXT. Yes, I like TXT too. Even though they are actually younger than me, which makes me feel weird. But yes, Yeonjun is, yeah. Anyway, not to get distracted from our purpose here. But yes, okay, we'll take BTS for an example because it's easy. They have a lot of albums. They have a very wide range of albums that they produced. Okay, so when you write a music review or an album review, you will firstly introduce the band. Okay, introduce meaning you will speak about the band briefly, like, okay, so it is a 7-piece boy band, and they're from where? They're from Korea, South Korea, and you can briefly introduce the members. Okay, explain, but don't go too much into detail J-Hope, yeah, mine, by the way, mine is RM, J-Hope and Jin. Okay, so back to our thing. Okay, so we don't go into detail much, and we don't really need to know about, oh, J-Hope is from Gwangju. Tak payah, tak payah. We don't, even though I would love to read about that, but the examiner doesn't want to read about that. Okay, so thank you. So you will want to just go briefly into the introduction of the band, okay? But you want to focus more on the music, all right? So what you should do is you should name the album that is your favorite, which is very hard because there's a lot of good albums. But for me, I think my favorite is probably Map of Soul 7 or Love Yourself Answer. Okay, those two albums are they have a very special place in my soul. So, but you can pick any album that you want. Okay, this is not. I mean, of course, you don't. For the people who don't listen to BTS, you guys can write about anything, other bands that you want. Okay, I listen to other bands too. Someone said Coldplay. I listen to Coldplay too. I don't. I mean, I listen to all kinds of music. Okay, so write about this method of writing. It applies to all kinds of music. Okay, you introduce the person first or the band, and then you explain a specific album. Okay. Oh, I love the Beatles too. I love the Beatles. Obsessed with them when I was in high school. I know a lot of the songs by them as well. My Beatles bias is John. Okay. OT7, yes, I am. I mean, you can't help it, but they're all great boys. We love all of them. All of them should be loved equally. So go into detail with the songs, write about the song. You explain, for example, okay, I like this song because the lyrics spoke to me. It helped me understand a situation that I was going through, or it helped me feel safe and comfortable when I thought that I was the only one going through a struggle. Okay, for example, or you can make it lighter. You don't have to go into such emotional depth. You can just say, oh, it's a song that I listen to every morning before I go to school, and it gives me motivation. Okay, it makes me happy. It is a good way to start my day. You can describe what happens if you don't know any albums. I listen to everything that I find interesting. Okay, if you don't listen to any albums, you don't have to describe every song on the album. Honestly, you need to know at least one or two songs. Okay, and the thing is, none of the examiners, I don't think that they're going to be jenis yang tahu albums. I don't think they would know if you wrote a song about a song and you say it's about an album. I don't think they would know the difference. Not really. So if you know a song and you know enough about the song, meaning you know the meaning of it, the basic meaning, okay, and you know who sang it, okay, that's enough for you to prolong your essay with. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, all right, is write a paragraph or two paragraphs, okay, because we don't have time to write like a long paragraph, right? So write one or two paragraphs, and the introduction. Tell me how you would introduce the band that you guys want to talk about, and then explain why they are special to you, why they're significant to you. Maybe explain like, okay, when you start listening to them, okay. Explain the album that's your favorite, why it's your favorite, when was it released, okay. So for review, you have to mix in your own opinion with actual facts. That's the thing. So like if actually Sonia, if you're scared that you don't know any albums, don't listen to them, you don't know the facts, right? You can make it up. No one is going to penalize you for coming. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. So okay. So no one is going to come at you if you get the dates wrong. Okay. You just say, oh, okay. So this album was released in 2012, and it was their third album. No one's going to check and Google. Oh, was it actually their third album? No one is going to reduce your marks for that. But it just helps if you write it down, if you include these technical facts. Okay, like the date of release, the genre. Okay. Is it hip hop? Is it rap? What is it focused on? You know, who wrote the songs, that sort of thing. It makes it, you need it to be equal parts opinion, you know, what you feel about the album, and equal parts facts, the actual facts about the album, the objective facts about it. Okay. So you need them to meet halfway. How do I say macam mana film dengan saya? Okay. You know, sometimes I listen to all kinds of music, and sometimes you listen to songs, and for example, it's about going through a difficult time in your life. Maybe it's about failure, and in that kind of songs, those kinds of songs that are relatable and it makes you feel understood. Okay. I think we all have that song, that comfort song that makes us feel warmer, that makes us feel less stressed out. Okay. But we also have songs that we listen to and it doesn't really have any meaning. It doesn't have any meaning, but we like to listen to it anyway. Maybe when we're working out, maybe when we're walking. Okay. Where I listen to random things sometimes when I walk to class. You know, I listen to like things that don't really have anything to do with me. Okay. But it's a good beat. It gets you going, you know. So if you want to speak about the music on a deeper level, okay, Make It Right. Yes, it is a comfort song. I love Make It Right. It was the third song that I got into by them. The first was On, which is also my comfort song. On is such a oh I'm so sorry. The review question. Okay. Okay, can you hear me now, Daisy? Yes, okay, good. So the introduction is you will write about the artist that you want to talk about. Okay, this is if you're doing a music review. Okay, after this we can do movies, we can do series, but we'll start with music first. So you start with introducing the artist. Who are they? What are they? Where are they from? What do you like about them? When do you start listening to them? When did they start singing? You know, that's the basic information introduction on the band. And then you go into detail about their songs. And then you go into detail about the albums that you like by them. Okay? Is that clear? Yes. No, not just English. Okay, right now we're doing music. Okay, after this we will do movies. But like I said, I don't restrict my students from writing about any language. It can be English, it can be Indian movies, it can be Hindi movies, it can be Korean, Japanese, Spanish. It's up to you. It doesn't matter what movie or artist or album or singer that you choose. What matters is that you know enough about them to write about them. That's all that matters. So you can write about anything or anyone that you want. Okay. So like here, they in question number 4, have you watched any interesting movies lately? Okay, send us your movie review, show what you enjoyed. So they didn't even say what kind of movie. They didn't, doesn't matter. If you want to write about a horror movie, a comedy, a cartoon, it's also fine. Okay. But I'm starting with music. The reason because music is, I think, a bit simpler, because with movies, you might need to explain in detail about certain scenes or about maybe you have to go into the acting skills of the person and you have to talk about it's more descriptive. Okay, so music is a little bit simpler in my opinion. Okay, all right, so yeah, it's easier. Devotional movies, what do you mean? Like what kind? Can you give me an example of what you have in mind? You can, if you can write about it, it's not a problem. Honestly, if you can talk about it, you can describe it, you can explain what it means to you, and you know you can explain the significance of it. You know why this movie is what you want to write about. Not a problem. Sorry, and so how does now ask how do we want to make the song related to you, right? So if you want to go on a deeper level, you can talk about how it helped you through a hard time. Okay, we all have our comfort songs. We all have that song that we go through even though it's like been years. Okay, but we or sometimes you have songs that bring us back to a certain memory, a good memory. Maybe if you listen to this song when you were traveling, and after that, after you finish traveling, years after that, when you listen to that song, it brings you back to that memory of you traveling, that kind of thing. Okay, you can write that, or you can make it something as simple. You just say that you like the melody of the song, say that you like the message the song brings, say that you know it helps you study. It's up to you. However that you want to describe it, there is no rule in writing this essay, which is why actually I find it very interesting reviews. And I encourage my students to practice more on it. Okay, if we're asked about album, do we talk about album? Write about like the album in general, so you can say stuff like, okay, so the genre for this album, like maybe The Weeknd. Okay, The Weeknd is more to soul, a little bit of R&B, and you can talk about the general mood of the album. Okay, so The Weeknd, most of his songs are a bit solemn. You know, it's a little bit melancholic. Melancholic meaning it's a bit on the darker side. Okay, darker, emotional, giving you, yeah, it hits the feels. Yes, it does, and it gives you this sort of feeling of you start focusing on the dark perspective of things, which I do kind of like. I like that about The Weeknd because he keeps it real. But you can talk about that. You can say how you appreciate him acknowledging the darker side of things, or you appreciate his vulnerability that he expresses in his music. He's not afraid to show his vulnerable side. Okay. And you can talk about the general setting, the general genre, the sound. Okay. And then when you want to be extra descriptive, when you want to be specific, then you describe the one or two songs. Okay. I hope you guys are understand. And do you have any other questions that you want to ask for this specific essay? Yes. Yeah. Basically, it's this introduction, and you can throw in maybe like, oh, how did you get into the music? You know, what was it that roped you in? If movie we do after this. Don't worry. Yes, you can write about the meaning of the lyrics, even better. Paragraph is more to the songs. Yes, to the songs, or oh, you can also even talk about the achievements of the artists. That you can add that as well. Extra information, not a problem. And the last part, the last paragraph, okay, maybe you will write about how why you recommend it. Okay, why do you recommend it? Why would you want them to, why you want other people to listen to it too? This part is about 100, I don't know, it's not banyak, 250 kan? Wait, part 3. Okay, wait, question 5. About 250 words, okay? So this part, you need to make it quite panjang. You need to elaborate on it. So you have to write. It's good. You've given a lot of words to be descriptive. Okay. Like I said, this right now we'll do the music part, right? So when the ones that are asking about movie and all that, we will do that later. Don't worry, I will focus on that later. For those who don't know the song that you love, you just listen to it. Okay. You don't listen to any bands or any singer, anyone specific. Anyone that you like? One that you like more than the rest? Anyone? You can write negative points too. Yes, no problem. Like for example, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. Oh yeah, BTS. Then it's easy. Okay, then okay, which song from BTS do you like the most right now? I know it's hard to find one song that you like by them because they're all good songs, but what specific song do you like? Epiphany. I love Epiphany. I love Epiphany. It's actually one of my favorite solos by Moon. Moon is actually my alarm clock. The orchestra version of it is my alarm clock. Moon. Okay, Epiphany is actually a good song. It's a good song to write about. It's a good song to elaborate on. Okay. Okay, you just find out one. This is Make It Right. Make It Right, of course. Make It Right is a really, really good one. Very good collaboration with Love. Love is also another singer that I like to listen to. Okay, so since we're not in exam, you can actually Google the songs. You can Google the meaning. Sometimes I do that. That's actually part of how I learned English as well when I was in high school. Because when I was in high school, I didn't really have much time to read books as often as I did in primary school. So I would spend time Googling lyrics and then finding out what they mean. There's this band called Foster the People, which they were quite big when I was in high school. And they have lyrics that were really like discreet, meaning they were not macam tersurat. It was quite hard to understand what they were trying to say, especially with the videos that did not make sense. So sometimes I like to do that. I spend time to because I'm jobless, because I have so much time in the world. Like not like I'm studying or anything, but I like to dissect lyrics and understand what the artist is trying to say. And the thing is with music, there is no actual wrong answer, meaning there's so many ways to look at it. Sometimes one song can have 5 different perspectives. It can be seen from an optimistic point of view. It can be seen from a negative one. It can be seen from a hopeful one, from a sad one. So when you write a review, it is your own personal take on that song, So when you are writing, okay, I will go through it like the way that I did with the previous essay, and I will help you describe what you want to describe. Okay, I won't change your opinion on it, but I will help you with it. Okay, so yes, you can try to write it now. The first paragraph, just do introduction, explain the artist in your own words, how you view these artists. Okay, and the second one, try to pick a song, the song that you can write the most about. Okay, that is one advice that I do give when you want to write essays. Write about what you know. That's the best thing. Then you can go on and on about it, because that is the thing that you're most comfortable with, that you have the most knowledge in, what you know. Okay, so any other questions you guys want to ask me before you start writing, or if some of you have already started writing, then that's great. That's great. How to start writing? Okay. Just say that I have been listening. For example, this is how I would write mine. I would say I've been listening to a lot of music lately, as it calms me. Or you can say I've been listening to a lot of music lately because I always have music in the background when I'm doing my work or when I'm doing my chores. But the one specific band that has caught my undivided attention is whatever band it is. Okay, I first listened to a song of theirs by accident when my shuffle landed on them. Okay, when your YouTube shuffle or your Spotify shuffle landed on them, that kind of thing. You can see, you can be honest when you write it. You don't have to like not make everything so structured. You can be honest. And you say that kind of thing. And you say, okay, so I found out later that the band is called whatever the band is called. They consist of whoever, and yeah, so on. That's how you start it off. When someone is now said classical music, right? Classical music that has no lyrics, you can talk about those too. If you don't talk about the lyrics, then you can talk about how you twist it around. You twist it and say, even without lyrics, the melody or the music, the way the musicians can somehow transcribe how they feel even without words. And that's what moves me the most, that they don't even require words to express how they feel. That kind of thing. Article and report. A report is basically when you want to report an event or something that has happened, and you are speaking in past tense. Most of the time, you're speaking in past tense. For example, a report on a trip to the zoo. So you will describe it, and it's more structured. An article is basically just like an essay, just that at the beginning of the article, you will have, for example, it's an article about health. You'll say, staying healthy, and then you put below there by whatever your name is. That's all. Article is just a slightly formatted essay, but it's more like a story. It's just like a factual story. Yeah. A report has more structure to it, and you have to maintain past tense because you are reporting something that already happened. Yes, you can write about the musician in the first paragraph, and then the second paragraph you write about the album, and then you continue with the song, and yeah. Okay, anyone else have any questions? Anything while you're writing the essay, just let me know, okay? Just friendly in the group band name? I don't know. Okay, you don't have, yeah, you can just see then BTS stands for Bangtan Sonyeondan, which means Bulletproof Boy Scouts, because when they first started, they came from a very small company that was borderline bankrupt. And at the time, the name was somewhat symbolic, because they probably knew that they were going to go through difficult times, and they were equipping themselves with the strength to persevere and to go on. And then you can write about how there are 7 members. You can write, you can focus on whichever aspect of BTS that you choose to focus on. For me, what I like to focus on about them when I get other people to also stand them is I like to focus on their work ethics, because I do think that their work ethics are okay. Yeah, Ed Sheeran, singer from United Kingdom, 13 10 years old. That's no, yeah, you can write that. That's not a problem. But yeah, any of these artists, because there's imagine if I were to write about the Beatles. When I was in school, I was obsessed with the Beatles, and I actually did my oral SPM oral report on them on John Lennon, and it was weird because like masa tu I was 17, and I liked a band. I liked a band member that died like 20 years before I was even born. Like, who does that? But it was great. It went really well, because when you know something, when you want to write about something you're interested in, that's when it comes out like in the best way. So if you don't know much about BTS, like if you know their facts, right? Then write what you do know about them. Write what you like about them. You can talk about how they work really hard, how they defied all the odds, to be where they are, because they have been the first in many different things. They're the first to be nominated for, a Grammy. They're huge. They're making it in their own right. So anything that you know about them, you can write about it. You don't have to know everything, but whatever you do know, write about those things. No problem, of course. Yes, I do love to see their friendship too, of course. BTS and 17. Yeah, of course, you can write about Malay singers, no problem. You can write about them. You can write about any singer. It doesn't matter where they're from, what race they are, what language they're singing. No problem. Okay, yeah. More than the email. Okay, when it's more than the limit, okay, they've changed the format. They don't deduct your marks like that anymore. During my time, they would deduct like, oh, 1 word, 1 mark, something like that. I don't really remember exactly, but I remember that it was a huge deal. Now it's not a big deal anymore. You can write, you can go on writing, but you will waste your time. You will waste time that you do not have, because they will not read it. Once they go past 90 words, 95 words, they will stop reading. So whatever that you write at that point will no longer be valid. Like they won't deduct your marks, but at the same time, they will not take it into consideration. So if you write really well for the last part, the last paragraph, none of that is going to be carrying any weight to your marks. So you end up wasting time. So I don't recommend doing it because you waste time. But at the same time, it's not something that's heavily contradicted because you won't get your marks deducted. It's just like it's just redundant. That's it. Okay, it's like useless. You write and you waste the energy and effort because they won't be checking. Okay. I'm using the point person. Okay, that's okay. Great. You rectified that because I was wondering. I am a musically inclined person. You're sure about it. What does within mainstream? Okay, I agree with you on that. I think the last time I mean, BTS is mainstream technically, but whenever I do discover any artist, I don't really like to listen to the one that is, I don't like to listen to their singles. I like to discover the entire album because most of the time, the songs they release for the radio, for the public, is actually their song yang not that great. Meaning they have much better songs on the album. The ones that are not discovered, those are the best ones actually. Therefore, I'm always on YouTube and music I can vibe to. Okay, one of this caught my attention more and more. It is who is a writer who's a scriptwriter and he writes for issues of creative type of the unique too much music. Okay, that's interesting. All right, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely perfect. Like I wouldn't change one single thing. Yeah, yes, the hidden gems is exactly those are the ones. And for some reason, I do prefer if I find those hidden gems, I feel like it's somewhat more personal because the whole world isn't listening to it. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, can you tell I'm not very used to giving talks on technical terms. Um, yeah, not the canteen, not the canteen. We're doing the reviews. Okay, so what am I doing here? Well, this one. Okay, so okay. Actually, Sonia, your introduction is perfectly fine. It's would not change anything about it. Okay, so it's a good one. Nothing to change. Okay. Okay, G Dragon. I always listened to K-pop like last year, but I do know. I mean, everyone knows G Dragon. He's like K-pop god. And he is an impressive person. I think everyone respects him for very obvious, very valid reasons. Okay, let me see. Unspotted to purchase a Korean R&B soul song recorded by South Koreans rapper Dragon Public Band, serving as lead single for his son. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, that's also very well written. That is how you write reviews. The thing is this, there is some structure to it, meaning you will actually state facts. You are going to write about, what the person is, what the person does, what the band is, things like that. They're facts, okay? Okay, all right, I see it. Some manufacturers, okay. But the thing about reviews is that there are so many different reviews. One album can have reviews from so many different magazines normally. Sometimes I look at reviews before I watch music, not so much because I listen to music all the time. When I am studying, when I'm working, when I am doing chores. My family hates it because whenever they call me, I'm like a deaf person. And then it's worse now that when I started using the Bluetooth headphones because they cannot even see the wires, so they think that I'm deliberately ignoring them. So anyway, when you're reading reviews, I like to read reviews sometimes, but not for music, for movies more. For music, you can just listen to it and you get your own conclusion on it. You just shuffle the album. But yes, reviews, you will get different kinds of reviews from different magazines. Rolling Stones, from Variety magazine, that kind of thing, that sort of magazine. And some people, they will give the same album different grades. Some people will say, oh, it's a 7. Some people will say, oh, it's a solid 8. Some people will say it's a 6.5. So it's up to you, however you want to write it. And I like seeing the way that you guys are describing whichever singer that you want to describe. Okay, the song is about his life a little bit. The lyrics are relatable to me. What am I doing? Okay, the lyrics, or you can just say the lyrics speak to me. Speak to me. And the rhythm is in the lyrics speak to me. The rhythm is enjoyable. Okay, the rhythm is enjoyable. That's fine. Okay, makes me feel peaceful. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But another way you can also say that makes me feel peaceful. You can say, and provides me with a sense of comfort. Okay. You can also add, I seek solace from song lyrics. Seek solace is a way to say that you derive comfort, you derive security, you derive the sense of being safe from the words of a person. So if you say I seek solace from his song lyrics, you're saying that on the days that you feel like no one's understanding you, on days you feel alone, you go back to the lyrics of this particular singer or this band that gives you a sense of familiarity, the sense of belonging. Okay. One of the best albums are I think we all have the golden child syndrome as Asian children. I think we all have that sort of golden child syndrome, even if it's in small amounts. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's one thing that you do, that you repeat which one, sorry? Which one, sorry. Which part? Oh, okay. No, the only thing that wait, yours, there's nothing wrong with yours actually. It's just yeah, just one thing. The lyrics is related to me. Okay, you can change that to the lyrics speak to me. Okay, when you say that the lyrics speak to me, it means that you're saying you understand it, that you relate to it. Okay, that you're connected to it, that kind of thing. The lyrics speak to me. I'm so sorry. My technical team are in the other room, so I'm not really good with this thing. I keep scrolling when I'm not supposed to. Okay, the rhythm is enjoyable and provides, sorry, me, provides me, sorry, by the way, I add that. Provides me with a sense of comfort. I seek solace from his song lyrics. Okay, seek solace meaning that you try to find a sense of belonging, the sense of, which side is blur? Do you guys all have any problems with blurriness? Anyone? Ada tak? Dia orang nampak macam blur. Tak tahu.
Buruk tadi.
Blur. Ada orang kata clear, tapi orang kata blur. Macam mana?
Oh, ya ke?
Okay, wait, hold on. Ada yang kata blur, ada yang kata boleh clearly, half-half. Yang blur tu.
Oh, baby not nice. Tengok strategi tak?
Dia mesti.
Baby ni kot nice. Sebab memang kalau kata lain dia tak kira.
Oh, you see, what do you see? I mean, do you see that what I'm supposed to present to you guys is the correction of the essay? Do you guys see that? Tak nampak, macam mana ni? Tak nampak.
Tak nampak ni. Sekejap cuba, sekejap. Tak nampak. Dia macam blur. Tak, dia bukan dia macam dia blur. Tapi tak semua orang ni. Dia masuk sebab dia internet. Cuba tanya, jadi okey ya?
Okay, can you guys see? I'm sorry, I will go through your question, but for now, I just need to make sure. Can you guys see the thing clearly, or is it still blurry for you guys? Yes, okay, she can see clearly. Yeah, okay, no, that's clear. Okay, thank God. All right, so go back. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, Kejap. Wait. Where was it? Okay, wait. Someone asked me something. It's not which I. Okay. So did you understand what I was saying for your correction? Is it okay for you? Okay. But yours is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, very tiny, and it's not like the thing is that one thing was the lyrics is, so it should be either the lyrics are related to me, or you can say the lyrics speak to me. Okay. But the rest, the rest is not wrong. It's just a suggestion like how to say it in other ways. Okay. But yours is honestly, it's I mean, I know I dealt with different students, and yours is no problem. Okay. Okay, Adit, thank you. I'm glad to know that you guys are seeing properly, seeing well. Okay, so, all right, no problem, you're welcome. Okay, so kita naik atas sekejap. Now, let's go see who else said something. Melody, which one? Okay, no, that one dah baca dah, I read it. Yes, you can write, yeah, you can say provides me with a sense of comfort, okay? Provides me with a sense of security. Oh, live yourself tier. Oh yeah, live yourself tier is a good one. Okay, I might say this about all the yeah, that's my mood literally. I will say that about all the albums I release, but this album has the power to make listeners generously repeat or yourself tiers. Yeah, that's why it's live yourself tier. It's as comforting as it is enjoyable, yes. Most of the songs from the album focus on healing and self-love, very important, self-love. One of my favorites from the album, which is Paradise, really speaks to me, where they because it will eat yourself alone. Magic Shop, oh yeah, it's a good one. It's just a personal song because dive into the lyrics. Yeah, perfect. Nothing wrong with the whole thing. And I also agree with all that you said. Yeah, I agree. I think that's how most BTS songs are for anyone who listens to BTS or really listens to them and really translates their lyrics, because we don't speak Korean. Or I don't speak Korean. I don't know if you guys do. But yes, this is well written as well. Okay. Anyone else want to submit theirs so that I can go through? I do have a difficulty. Extending extra buat essay semua essay buat. So lepas ni buat setting. Besok macam zombie jadi. Okay, anyone else want to submit theirs? Don't be shy. So I think you guys sort of get the idea already, the general idea on how to do reviews for music, right? Very, very direct, very straightforward. As in, I can see that you guys understand what I was trying to explain to you guys, and you guys delivered. Okay, all of the essays I checked, all were fine, absolutely. The one about G-Dragon, the one about the instrument, the Japanese one, Suhail by AKHIR, about BTS, yeah, all that I went through, all of perfectly well written, descriptive, expressive. And that's what you want in essays, to be descriptive and expressive. You want it to have specific facts. At the same time, you want opinion. Okay, what is this about? Vessel, okay. It's gospel music book. Attending member, first as a one. Okay. The moment when it starts to sing, the one to God's love just to all those who had the most beguiling. Beguiling is a good word. I always listen to this one. One side to less South America. There it is. It radiates to the listeners. Okay, just add one, radiates to the listeners. Wait. Or you can say it reaches out to the listeners. Listeners, making them sober of where they are sending God. It consoles me. Yeah, console is another way to say comfort. Okay, that's a good alternative to comfort. Somehow, and somehow develops peace for me. And somehow, and you can say this. It consoles me, right? From that line, it consoles me, and I derive an immense amount of peace from it. So the two words that I myself like to use in my everyday sentences is derive and immense. Immense is another way to say very, like an immense amount of happiness, like a very great amount of happiness. Derive is when you extract something from another thing. Like you say, oh, I derive satisfaction from, what do I derive satisfaction from? I don't even know what I derive satisfaction from. I derive satisfaction from being able to rest on weekends. I derive happiness from eating cake, kind of thing. Okay, it means that you get something by doing something else. Okay, that kind of thing. So into reality tangibly, okay, or you can say into a tangible reality, okay. Bring me back from a nightmare. You can say transport. Oh, caps lock, not caps lock. Caps locks. I don't know why whenever I write caps lock, I feel like I'm yelling at people. Okay, transporting me back from a nightmare and into reality. Okay, I recommend this song to my acquaintances because it helps me a lot. It helped me. Okay, I think that this is too big, so I have to make it smaller. So it's like. My acquaintances. Because help me a lot. Okay, because it. Another way that you can say help is wrong. Nothing wrong with saying help, by the way. All good with saying help. You can use the word aid instead. Aided. I like to use the word aid instead of help. I don't know. It helped because it aided in how do I say it? In pulling me through my school days. Yeah, it helped. It aided in pulling me through my school days. Pulling me through maknanya, school, I don't know, maybe there are for people out there who school was easy for them, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't, I mean, to wake up in the morning, to spend time at a place you don't like, and you don't even get paid for it, fam. But not that I'm discouraging it. All of you should stay in school. Is very important. We all need school for very obvious reasons. Okay, but it's not easy. It's not an easy process. It's a struggle. So when you say it pulled me through, you're saying that it helped drag you along. It helps make the process less painful or less torturous. Okay. In chaotic moments, and my heart holds for just but the song would heavily melt your solace. Okay. So, yes, this is also well written. I like that you really express how you felt and how it really, you showed your vulnerability in this essay, and I like that. Okay, I love reading things where people are honest. Honesty, it comes out in a different way in writing, and it's always fun to read that. It's always refreshing to read that. Okay, derive and immense. Okay, derive and immense maknanya I dapat a big or a significant amount of peace. If I say I derive an immense amount of peace, maknanya I get so much inner peace by listening to the song. Okay? Or if someone says, oh, I derive an immense amount of happiness from getting good grades. You're saying that the level of happiness that you feel is so big, and it's all because of getting good grades, that kind of thing. Do you understand? Okay, dark times. Dark times, what did I say? Dark time. Yeah, what about dark times, Wendy? What do you mean about dark times? What about dark times? Do you want me to explain dark times? Oh, okay. Yeah, but I think you know what dark times are, right? And anyone, I think everyone has gone through a dark time. No matter it being a small period in your life or if it's a bigger period, hopefully that all of you out there are not going through that. But if you are, it's normal. It's not something that you should feel bad or ashamed about. Okay. Acquaintances. There's a song by The Weeknd called Acquainted. So acquaintances is like one step below friend. So I like to categorize my friends or the people that I know that way. I've got the strangers, which I don't talk to. And then I've got acquaintances, and I've got friends, and then I've got close friends, and I've got my best friends. So if we're talking about acquaintances, there are people that I know by name. They know my name, I know their name, and we smile to each other when we see each other at the university hallway. But that's it. I won't really ask more about them, and they won't ask more about me. It's just, oh, hi, how are you? Okay, bye, that kind of thing. Okay, so acquaintances is someone that you sort of know, but you're not comfortable with them, and you don't really get to know them on a particularly deep level, shallow. It's like very much on the surface. Okay, that's acquaintances. Yeah, hi, bye friends. Those people that you be like, oh, hi, okay, bye. Because, I don't know, I don't know, for me, at least, I don't really like having many friends at the same time, those big groups. Especially when you study overseas, right? They will have like macam jenis yang which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It is. They're not the problem. I'm the problem. Um, it's like when they go into very big groups, and then there's like 12 orang walking at the same time. I get very tired with that sort of thing. I can't be in that sort of environment for too long. So yes, same. Sharmista, same. My mood also. Because sometimes when you have big groups, right? 12 people, right? 12 people. The thing about me is that I have few friends, okay? And then so these people that I see with very big friends, I observe them and they don't even realize that I'm observing them. And sometimes the 12 groups, in that 12 people, there will be like 3, 3, 3 or 4, 4, 4. So do you understand? Like there will be like macam pecah belah juga. So there's no point. Why would you be a group of 12 divided into 3 when you can just be a group of 3? You know what I mean? Like what? Yeah, like Sarmista, 3 best friends. Me too. That's how I am. Yeah. Yes. So the hi bye friends, I have them, and it's just like that lah. Nothing more. Nothing deep. Keep it that way. Okay. I choose this reason for song spot. Green hijab. Is it the song by the? Which singer are you talking about? Is it like Malaysian? Malaysian? Then Abidin. Is that Abidin? Okay, yeah. Okay, I know that song. Yeah, very good song, very famous song. My parents listen to it sometimes. Okay, yes, it is a good song. yeah, it is a good song because not only is the melody good, all right, but the meaning is also very relevant to our current state. Earth is dying, polluted, and then now we have the corona, which is adding to the problem. Okay, and it's a good song. It speaks about things that should be spoken about, you know. There are also interest. Yeah, that's fine. 5 stars. Yes, I do, or I did. The last album, which was Calm, right? Calm. Good, really good album. When I was in high school, they were started when I was in high school. When I was in Form 5, 2014, yeah, around that time. My favorite member is Youngblood is the no, that one is the album before. Calm is after that. The one Yang Old Me, the one with Old Me, which is a really good song too. I love that song. Old Me is a really good song. My favorite member is Ashton with the dimples and the drummer. Yeah, yes. Ashton is so cute. I'm not supposed to be fangirling on a seminar. I could get into trouble for this, but you know what? Have a balance between studies and fun things. Balance is good. Always have a balance between two things. Yes, he is. I agree with you 100%. Yep, very. Yeah. Okay. So anyone else have anything that you want to share with me with a music review? What I read so far are fine. Okay, honestly, you guys are using good words. Okay. If you guys are done with this, then we can maybe go on to movies, which is also interesting. A lot to write about, a lot of different movies that we can talk about. Okay. So are you guys ready to move on? Your essay is fine, honestly. So Hail, your essay is perfectly fine. Your tenses are consistent. You're descriptive. You're using good words, not a problem. The only thing that I corrected you for just now was like one thing, only one thing, only one. Oh my God, you have no reason to not be confident. Tak ada langsung reason. You were fine. Honestly, I'm speaking as a person who I I teach SPM students. I have a few SPM students, and your essay is fine, honestly speaking. Langsung tak ada masalah. Okay, so please be confident. Okay, so let's go with movies. Yay, of course, no problem. You're welcome. I'm only being honest. Okay, so movies. What kind of movies do you guys like to watch? Which is a very, very big question. You can speak about it from terms of language, okay? Era, Matilda. Oh, I love Matilda. Yes, comedy. Okay, Pride and Prejudice. Yes, always a good one. The book is also very good. If it was written back then, but it's still very well relevant till now. Okay. Studio Ghibli. I don't watch, but I know all the movies, and I should start. I've always wanted to watch it because I get really good reviews about it. Harry Potter is always I can watch. I'm a very annoying person to watch Harry Potter with because I will quote the entire movie throughout the way, like a psychotic person. So I'm annoying to watch Harry Potter with. I will interrupt you. Horror is also my favorite. Okay, House Moving Castle. Okay, is it the one with the stuffed animal? I mean, like, you know that the little creature? Is it that one? A Lot of the Rings. I think I should rewatch it because okay, Spirited Away. Okay, yeah, that one's cute. But yeah, I had a lot of friends that recommended to me about House Moving Castle as well. Lord of the Rings. It came out when I was like 5, 6 years old, right? 2002, 2003. My aunties took me to the movies, and then they I fell asleep in all of the movies. Oh my God, it's 3 hours. So why would you take a 5-year-old to a 3-hour movie? What do you think was gonna happen? Was not my fault. Wind Rises, no. What is it about? What is it about? And what language? What country? Cartoons are good actually. Do you guys normally watch, like, I see that you guys are all recommending to me movies that are in English, and also movies that are quite famous, but do you guys mostly, because some of my students, they watch like, oh, okay. Okay, I will probably take time to watch Ghibli movies um when I have time. When I have time, which is like, I'm saying it like it's gonna magically happen. But yes, I do. I want to watch Ghibli movies because I've heard really good reviews about them, and I've seen so many gifs and scenes and clips from them. Okay, movie. There's so many things that I want to watch, but I don't have the time to, and it's because I'm balancing between being a tutor and a medical student, so I don't have time. But I would do tell me of all the things that you recommend, and I will take note of it. Yeah. um, when you watch movies, right? Okay, how do you start writing about movies? Okay, kind of similar to how you would write about music. Okay, but music, you focus on the singer or the band. With movies, you talk about the movie itself first. Okay. Grave of the Fireflies. Okay, thank you, Ashi and Sonia. Um, so you will start with you need to define your movie first of all. Okay, what genre is it? Okay, what genre? No, wait, before genre, let's start with the easy name. Okay, the name of the movie, genre, year it was released. This one, if you don't remember, no one's gonna check. No one's gonna check, not really. Okay, because this is not a factual exam. This is an EU language exam, so you're released. The main actors or actresses. Okay, some of you might struggle with this part. I have some students that be like, oh, there's this one movie, and then they'll be like, they don't know who is acting in it. They know the face but not the name. Okay. Which is that's normal, I think. But for me, I remember the names and stuff very easily because I don't have a life. And after I watch movies, I will Google the actors, actresses, and make it my life's mission to know about them for no good reason. Like, I don't know how it's supposed to benefit me, but I do it every single time. Yeah, I would just go through it and then be like, oh, because like, no point in my life that I still do it. So I do remember all the names and the even their birthday, their birth year, who they're dating, that kind of thing. Yeah, and then I complain not having time. Yeah, that's my life. So the main actor, so yeah, sort of stalking, yes, but because they're celebrities, so you don't feel bad, you don't feel guilty about it because like what's the problem? Like they're not even real people, not really. They're too far away from us. Okay, so you describe main actors, main actresses. Okay, what was the last movie that I watched? I don't even remember what was the last movie that I watched. Okay. Okay, so like what did you said you did it last week with your teacher. So what did you review? What movie was it that you reviewed? What? You learned from it. Okay. Region. I am. Are you talking? Oh, you mean like the region of the movie, or was it yeah, country of origin? Yeah, region or country of origin is also important. Country of origin. Okay, what am I reading? Origin or the language. What you learn and gain from it. Synopsis, yeah. So Setting. Okay, setting is also something that you can be creative with. Setting meaning if you guys watch any movies by what's his name? Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson movies, they're so pretty. So pretty. The color palette, the cinematography is beautiful. One of them is Grand Budapest Hotel, if you've heard of it. It's really the synopsis might not be that, not extraordinarily. This is not really format, tapi is more to what you should, because review tak ada format sangat. There's no format, but this is what you should include in your essay. What you should include in your essay. So these are the things, these are the points that you need to include, okay, to make it complete movie, to make it a complete movie review, right? These are the things you need to cover in the movie review. There's this website I go on that they review series. It's on a website called Decider, if I'm not mistaken. And the article is called Stream It or Skip It. Okay. And they will describe all the Netflix shows that baru-baru keluar, every single one of them. So I actually go on this website and I see, okay, I will read the review. What is it? You know, they will talk about the acting, they will talk about the characters, they will talk about the plot line. Some series, it starts off well and then it falls. It just disappoints you. Some series, it doesn't start off that great, but it gets better. How can you contact me? You can text me on my WhatsApp, which I will give to you guys later. No problem. You can contact me. I'll give you my email too. Stranger Things series on Netflix. I love Stranger Things. I love it. I thought that it was so different, and I loved all the characters. You know when you watch a series or a movie, and then you feel like you get annoyed at the character because they're so, how do I say, unintelligent in dealing with things. But then with Stranger Things, I just love the characters. I feel like they're all amazing, the kids especially. And even the characters I did not like in the first season, I grew to like them in the second and third season. Like Steve, I liked him in the second season. Nancy, I liked him when he danced with Dustin at the end of the prom when no one else wanted to dance with him. That's why I like her. So that's also for series. For series, that is a good way to talk about. What I liked to review because series is the character development. I'm not sure we have time to talk about series, okay? Because movies pun we're only baru nak start talking about them. But for character develop for series, the thing that you can emphasize on is character development. Yes, I Live 11 too. Millie Bobby Brown, very pretty, very talented, and I love the way that she reacts in interviews. Okay, so the first thing you do is name. Okay, I don't know why, but the movie that comes to mind right now is The Orphan. For me, I don't know. That's the thing that's something that I've watched so many times. If you guys have heard of it, it's on Netflix. It was released in 2009. Okay. Yes, when you Google things after the movie, you tend to remember the country of origin. It's American. It's an American movie. Okay, so it's America. The setting is well in that time it was in 2009, but it's present time. Okay, present time meaning that it's right now. It's not in the future. It's not in the past. Okay. Yes, Esther was psychotic, and the irony is that when I watched the movie, I was 12. And Esther, it was Ukrainian, Russia, which is kind of like sama dengan Russian lebih kurang. And then 5 years after that, I went to study in Russia. But Esther, she is such a good actress, you know. And then what made me scared when I Googled about her was that she's actually my age in real life. I'm like, really, really. If you guys watch the movie, you know why it's shocking, because in the movie, she is supposed to be someone who's older. And then I find out that she's actually my age. So that was something that was kind of scary to know. But it's a very good movie. It's very it keeps you at the edge of your seat. You feel like really geram. At the same time, you feel a lot of suspense. You feel, oh my God, are they gonna make it? Are they gonna know that this person is psychotic? Okay, so present time. Or you can say modern times, because everything, like the movie itself, the cars, the housing, everything was modern going on in this movie. So the main actor was Vera Farmiga. If you guys watch the Conjuring series, Vera Farmiga is the one who is the wife, the Lorraine, Ed and Lorraine, yeah, Ed and Lorraine, yeah. It's her, and the kid, what is her name? Esther. I forgot her name, the kid. Her name is Esther, tapi in real life, she was also in Hunger Games. Apa nama dia? It's a weird, it's kind of like a unique-ish name. Isabel something. Furman. I don't know how to spell it, but I'm just going to guess. Isabel Furman, I think. Furman, something like that kind of thing. And the guy is also quite famous. He's in a bunch of other movies. Okay. I think his name is Peter Sarsgaard. I'm not sure how to spell it, so you guys have to look it up. Yeah, Isabel Furman. Yeah. Correct. Thanks, Anna. Okay, so you can name what? Oh, apparently double A. Okay, Scandinavian name. Okay, good job. Okay, so the plot. The plot is basically a couple. Okay, it's a couple who have children. No, a couple who lost their youngest child as a stillborn. Okay, decides to adopt a child. Okay, and sinister events start happening as soon as the adopted child joins family. Okay. It is actually kind of a bad movie for our actual orphans, who are innocent, who do not do anything wrong. This is a bad movie because of this movie, people are probably going to be scared to adopt people, you know. So this movie is yeah, it's questionable. But ooh, apparently they're gonna have a upcoming movie Orphan 2021. I cannot wait. When is it gonna come out? Okay, 2021. Fun. Anyway, conflict. Okay, the conflict is that what is wrong with the movie? What is wrong with the movie? But what went wrong? What is going on in the movie that gives it the plot? Okay. So for this part, you will explain. So for example, if we're talking about Moana, okay, yes, I go from talking about Orphan to Moana. Okay, but if you're talking about Moana, the conflict or the problem was that the island was dying, and Moana had to go find the heart of Tefiti. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. In the Orphan, the problem was that she was a psychotic killer, and the family did not know. Okay, so you have to explain, okay, that okay, when the weird things started happening, only the wife could see through Esther and understood that she was actually not who she claimed to be. Okay, but the husband or the father was not believing her, and then they had conflict. Okay, and it was so weird. Oh, that made who does that? You know, who does that? Esther, apparently Esther does that. Okay, so the climax of the movie is obviously the part where Esther tried to seduce the father, and then Esther tried to kill the father, and yeah, that's you basically understand what I'm trying to say. So what you learned or gained from it. If you don't learn anything from it, you can just say what you felt. Okay, what I learned from Esther from the movie is that trust no one, trust nobody. That's what I learned. Okay. Yeah, that's what I learned. Also, okay, if you want to look at it from a more mature perspective, I think it's always trust your loved ones, because in the movie, trust was the problem, because the kids, they knew that Esther was not a good person, because the kids knew, they saw what she did, but they never told the parents because they were scared the parents would not trust them. At the same time, the husband and wife were not trusting each other. So trust is a monumental aspect of our lives that could make our lives better or worse, quite literally. Okay, so that's one way of looking at it. Okay, or you can talk about how you felt. You can say, oh wow, I felt so shocked by the ending. It was not something that I expected. I could never have thought of such an outcome. Okay, so this is the example of the points that you would incorporate into a movie review. Okay, of course, the genre that I chose is a dark genre. So if you're talking about a cartoon, it will be a bit lighter, be different. But the gist of it is the same, meaning that you will write down the name, the genre, the year it's released, the the voice actors or the actors, okay, and you go into detail about the story itself. You can explain which character you liked as well, okay? Character that you liked, okay? Character you liked, okay? And also why you like the character. Okay, what about the character? It can be a villain. Don't be scared to write about liking a villain. That's perfectly fun to read about, to see their perspective, why you would like a villain. Explain maybe because, oh, you understand, you like that his character was honest, even though he was a villain. He was an honest villain, and you liked that he did not hide who he was. There's never a wrong answer when you're writing an essay. Not really. It just depends on how well you can describe or back up your own opinion. Okay, so yeah. Any questions for this part? Anything that you are still unclear on? And Patricia, you can write about Malay movies too. Anyone write about, you can write about any language. Any, yeah, Esther, because yeah, I know Esther. I mean, Esther was psychotic character, but she is kind of like the favorite character. You know why? Because she gave the movie, she made it interesting. Okay, so everyone, I hope that you guys are clear on this and you can start writing. Okay, wait, I have to give you guys a break. Break, 2 minutes. Okay, so you guys have 10-minute break. You can go to the bathroom, get a drink, and we'll come back at 4:46. Okay. All right. So see you guys in a bit.